Welcome to Sailing MV!
We're here in the north of Borneo, waiting outside the boatyard to change our engine, and whilst we wait,
we go to do one tutorial about the first fundamental knots. Try to watch up to the end when there is the whole technique to realize the bowline. Bowline is the most important knot for sailor, and I think I give some very nice system to realize.
So even for expert sailors, we hope there's something there that you perhaps haven't seen before or will see in a slightly different way. And for those of you that follow our channel, at the end we'll give a quick update about our situation here. Enjoy.
Enjoy your video.
Tired of tying yourself in knots? Here are 4 basic knots every sailor should know. Essential for keeping you, your crew and your boat safe. We'll go through the overhand knot, the figure of 8, the clove hitch, and finally the bowline. In every rope, we'll call the moving part the runner, that's the part you use to tie the knot, and the resting part is called the sleeper. You can use a rope in single, meaning you work with just the free end, or in double, where you fold the rope in half and work with the bight or folded section. This creates a looped end, which you can pass through or tie knots with, while the 2 ends stay together. Tying knots like this is called knots on a bight. And a coil is when you create a loop or ring by bending the rope. In general, there are 2 common systems to close a knot, either in single, where you pull the run of the free end through the final loop and leave it like that, or in double, you fold the runner back on itself and pass the bight or the folded part through the final loop instead. Why is it helpful to close a knot in double? This allows you to create a quick release system. Then when you want to undo the knot, you simply pull the runner and the whole knot releases easily, even under tension. And after forming the knot, you can add a final lock by tucking the runner through the loop created by the double bight. This adds a layer of safety to prevent the knot from coming undone. This technique is especially useful when you might need to untie something quickly, like a fender, a sail tie, or a dinghy painter. So we'll begin with the overhand knot, which is the simplest of all knots. To tie it, the runner forms a loop by crossing over the sleeper, then passes through that loop from the opposite side. If you pass it through from the same side, you won't form a proper knot, just a twist. The overhand knot is important to know, but it's also dangerous. Once tightened under load, it can be extremely difficult, sometimes impossible, to untie, because there's no lever or structure to release it. All knots for sailing boats are designed with a loose part that allows us to release the knot even after heavy tension. The second knot we're going to learn is the figure of 8 knot. This is the first true sailing knot. It's commonly used as a stopper knot, for example, to prevent a line from slipping through a block or a clutch. To tie it, the runner makes a loop around the sleeper, then passes through the loop it just created. The result looks like the number 8. What makes this knot strong is its balance of forces. Each loop is trying to untwist, but the rope ends passing through the loops prevent that movement. This creates a stable, balanced structure that holds its shape under load. It's safe, reliable and easy to untie even after heavy loading, because there's always a part of the knot with low tension that you can pull to release. The clove hitch is for tying a rope to a perpendicular object like a post or rail. To tie it, take the runner and do a full 360-degree coil around the object. Then cross the runner over the sleeper and make a second coil in the same direction. Clockwise or anti-clockwise, doesn't matter as long as you're consistent. Finally, pass the runner under the bridge formed by the second coil. You can also think of it this way. A clove hitch is 2 identical loops with the same twist direction, but instead of stacking them like a spring, you stack them in the opposite order. Now we'll show closing the figure of 8 in double with this safety release system. Finally, moving on to the bowline, one of the most important knots in sailing, used to make a fixed loop like when tying a line to a dock, mooring or anchor. There are many techniques to tie a bowline. The classic one is the rabbit out of the hole method. Make a loop, that's the rabbit hole. The runner, or the rabbit, comes up through the hole, goes around the tree, which is the standing part, the sleeper, and then back down the hole again. We then tighten it to form a secure loop. And it never releases on its own. Just make sure that the runner is long enough. If it's too short, it can shake loose under repeated movement. It's best if the length of the runner is similar to the length of the eye. Why is the bowline such a good knot? It's because it holds even under load but never jams. Even after years of tension, you can usually open it with a small lever on one part of the knot. You can also tie it with a safety release by using the runner in double and passing it back through the final loop. And then threading the runner through this loop adds the safety. Like the figure of 8, the bowline also relies on balanced forces. The runner must enter from the opposite side of the loop's natural twist. This opposition creates tension that holds the knot in shape. The runner weaves over and under the different parts of the rope, locking everything in place. As with the overhand knot, if you pass the runner through the loop from the same side it came from, you won't form a proper knot, just a twist. To create a stable knot, the runner needs to enter the loop from the opposite side. You can also learn the bowline using your fingers. Hold the sleeper in your left hand, fingers pointing upward. Drape the rope between your thumb and index finger. Loop the runner around your fingers and follow the path from palm to fingertips. Keep following the pattern, over, under, then continue the weave by passing the runner underneath the sleeper, then back over the base of the loop and re-enter the loop from the same direction it exited earlier. This final step secures the knot and ensures that opposing forces are in balance. Like this, you can easily prepare the loop around your fingers, pass the runner around whatever you're tying to, and then the runner follows your finger path into the loop and then continues the weave. Below, above, below, and then back inside the loop, making the bowline strong, stable, and easy to untie. This method lets you clearly see how the forces oppose and balance, and it's a great way to practice the structure before doing it more quickly or one-handed. Here's another quick method to tie a bowline. Loop the rope around your fingers of your left hand, then use those same fingers to reach through the loop, grab the runner and pull it back through. With your other hand, thread the runner around whatever you want to tie it to, then bring it back to your left hand and follow the same path your fingers took, substituting your fingers with the runner. Finally, grab the runner before and after it completes this last weave with one hand and the sleeper with the other, pull both to tighten the knot and form a clean bowline. You can even tie the bowline one-handed, which could save your life in a man overboard scenario. Hold the runner in your right hand with the tail end pointing forward past your fingertips. Make sure that you have enough rope spare that you can fold it back and grab it with your thumb. Lay the runner on top of the sleeper such that it lays across it and twist your hand inward, wrapping the runner around the sleeper creating a loop. Reach through that loop and grab the sleeper. Then fold the end of the runner back over the sleeper you just grabbed, back toward your palm and catch it under your thumb. Finally, pull on the runner and you should start to see the bowline form. Let's repeat this a couple more times with it wrapped around Timo's waist. This makes it easier to see. This is also what you might do in a man overboard situation. Hold your weight on the sleeper, which gives the slack to maneuver the runner. Sometimes the sleeper is under tension, like when your boat is straining against the mooring line in strong wind. To tie a bowline in this situation, cross the runner over the tight sleeper and form a loop around the sleeper. Pull on the sleeper to flip the loop, so that the loop is now around the runner, which is what we need to form the bowline. When the loop is under a lot of tension, there's no space to get the runner inside, so we have to use a different method. Because the loop behaves like a spiral, we can follow the direction of that spiral to work the rope in, as we show here. We pass under the sleeper, then into this loop from above. Next we go back under the loop we just created, then over the sleeper, and finally with a bit of force we manage to feed the runner into the loop. And there you have it, 4 simple knots that every sailor should know. So now we're just going to give you a quick update about our current situation.
Our current situation is full of kids. It's amazing the life in Borneo with the 4 kids and 1 dog.
So we're still waiting outside the boatyard. Our engine is now on the way and we're hoping we're going to haul out in a couple of days' time.
Our pit is clean and ready. The yard cleaned the pit. Thank you. When we are outside to the water, we got to make you happy with the plenty nice maintenance and preparation job.
If you'd like to support us on Patreon or with a one-off donation on our coffee website or via PayPal, I'll put the links in the description. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, we'd really appreciate it if you could click the subscribe button, like, comment, share it with your friends, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes.